Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and in good health. Welcome back to the online classes. Students, this unit is about settlement. Different types of settlement like cities, towns, villages and farms. In this you will learn that how and why settlement develop in certain places. At the end you will be able to distinguish the settlements of Pakistan and the settlement of Gambia, Africa. So first of all you need to know the concept of settlement. So students, first of all you need to know the concept of settlement. Actually, settlement is a place where people live. A settlement can be as small as one house or as large as a big city with millions of people living there. It means that settlement is a colony or any small community of people. तो सेटलमेंट क्या है कि सेटलमेंट एक ऐसी जगह होती है, एक ऐसी प्लेस होती है जहाँ पे लोग रहते हैं, जहाँ पे वेयर पीपल लिव. और सेटलमेंट एक हाउस जितनी भी हो सकती है, एक घर भी सेटलमेंट हो सकता है, और सेटलमेंट एक सिटी भी हो सकता है, एक बिग सिटी भी हो सकता है जहाँ पे बहुत सारे हाउसेस हों और एक कम्युनिटी बिल्ड हुई हुई हो और जहाँ पे मिलियन ऑफ पीपल जो हैं वो रहते हैं. ओके, so these are the some types of settlement. City, which is consisted on more than 100,000 people. Town, which is consisted on more than 5,000 people. Village, which is consisted on fewer than 5,000 people. Farm, which is consisted on one or more families. So ये चारों जो हैं वो ये चारों सेटलमेंट की टाइप्स हैं. सिटी, टाउन, village and farm. And specifically these four types of settlements are found in Pakistan. So students, here this is the map that's showing the main settlements in Pakistan. Alright, okay, before reading this map thoroughly, you must need to know that there are different directions, and that are south, west, east, north, northwest, southwest, etc. So you will need to use compass directions to locate the places on the map. Here I have already highlighted the compass that is given on your map. Here you can see the directions like north, east, south and west. Okay, look at the map. You will see black dots, and you know what these black dots indicate? These black dots indicate the settlement areas of Pakistan. Alright, now let's try to answer these questions by looking up into the map. So the first question is, name two places near the border with Afghanistan. What is the question? That name two places near the border with Afghanistan. So here you can see the area of Afghanistan, and the areas that are near the border of Afghanistan is Chaman and Dir. I have highlighted these areas in yellow. Second question is, name three places near the border with India. This is India, and the bordering areas are Lahore, Okara, Bahawalpur, Rahim Yar Khan. Alright. Third question is, name four places near Indus River. So this green highlighted long chain is River Indus, and the main bordering areas of River Indus are Gilgit, Dera Ismail Khan, Jacobabad, Shikarpur, Ladkana. You can also include Sakkar. Alright. Fourth question is, find Karachi. Name the city to the northeast. Where is Karachi? Karachi is here under purple highlighter. This is Karachi, and the northeastern city of Karachi is Hyderabad. Fifth question is, find Sargodha. Name a city to the southeast. Where is Sargodha? Let's find Sargodha, guys. Where is Sargodha? So, I find it. This is Sargodha. And the southeastern city of Sargodha is Lahore. Find Qila Safed. Which country is close to this place? Here in Balochistan, you can find Qila Safed. And the nearest country is Iran. Seventh question is, find Gujranwala. Name the city to the south of this place. So here you can see Gujranwala. And the southern city of this place is Lahore. Alright. Now, which city is very near to Rawalpindi? So it's a very common question, as we all know that the nearest city of Rawalpindi is none other than Islamabad. Name 3 places on the southern coast. So here the southern coast of Pakistan, and the areas are Gwadar, Pasni, Karachi. Name 2 places in the far north of Pakistan. So this is far north of Pakistan. This is the northern region of Pakistan, and the far most places are Mastuj and Jalkot. All right. Okay, guys. Now think about the settlement where you live. Okay, just think about the settlement where you live. If you're living in Islamabad, then think why people settled here. अगर आप इस्लामाबाद रहते हैं तो आपको ये सोचना है, आप ये सोचें कि क्यों people यहाँ पे settled है, आप क्यों settled हैं यहाँ पे, why you are settled here, why you are living in Islamabad. So according to me, Islamabad is a new planned settlement. It supplied the things people needed and the facilitates the people to the greater extent. Besides, the climate of Islamabad is very friendly. So that's why people are settled here. Alright? So this is my point of view. Now the second question arises that why does a place become settled? एक place, एक जगह या एक locality, ये चलो एक कह लें कि एक group of houses क्यों सेटल्ड होते हैं, क्यों डेवलप होते हैं किसी भी स्पेसिफिक एरिया पे, उसके पीछे रीजंस क्या होती हैं. ऑलराइट, सो वी विल सी द रीजंस ऑफ सेटल्ड एरिया इन आवर नेक्स्ट स्लाइड्स. ऑलराइट, so here guys, you can see various reasons of to build the settlement. Here first reason is fresh water. As you know that water is life, water is so important for the life of humans and animals. Without water the life cannot exist, and the fresh water is very important because we can use fresh water for drinking, for washing, for cooking, and for growing crops, and for so many other purposes. So if there is no fresh water, there will be no life on earth at all. So second one is good soil. Good soil or fertile soil is very important to build farming settlement, where people can grow crops for themselves as well as to make money. Then forests. People build settlement near forests so that people can use trees to build houses and animal shelter, whereas they can use wood as a fuel for cooking and for various purposes. Then the fourth reason is protection from enemies. In the past, settlements were built as forts on higher ground so that enemies could be seen from the distance and they could protect themselves and their families. Then trade. Settlements oftenly grow where natural roadways or river meet, which helps the development of roads, railways and canals. It is also very important that there must be a trading route, there must be roads by which people can transfer or people can transport their goods and services from one place to another. Then mining. Availability of valuable minerals, for instance stone, it helped with the building and development of the settlement. Then landscape and climate. People usually prefer the areas where climatic conditions and topographical features are more suitable. Topographical feature means landscape features, the landforms like mountains, plains, and deserts, and so many other landforms. So, for example, people cannot prefer to live in extreme climates, like they cannot prefer to live in coldest or in hottest climatic conditions. They prefer to live in the moderate climatic condition. Likewise, landscape, people cannot even prefer to live on mountainous areas, and they cannot prefer to live in desert areas, because these two are the extremes. So people usually prefer to live on plains where they could where they could acquire water from the rivers, or where they could build the houses and buildings as well. Then tourism and leisure. So settlement can be built near the tourist place. A town might be developed near the hiking area so that climbers or hikers access places to stay. So that's how these reason works behind the building of a settlement. Building of a settlement. So, landscape and settlement, in which you will get to know that how landscape and settlement are interconnected, and you will get to know that how the landscape affects the settlement of the people. So let's take the example of Pakistan. Pakistan has three landforms: mountains, plains, and deserts. Mountains. Mountain regions are areas of high land. The mountains are much colder than other areas. And Pakistan has some of the highest mountain ranges in the world, like Himalayas, Karakoram, and Hindu Kush. The mountains are much colder than any other area, so people tend to live in valleys of the mountains instead of mountains itself. Plains. Plains are areas of flat land. Plains are very good for growing crops. In Pakistan, most of the plains have rivers flowing across them, and the soil is very good for growing crops. So people prefer plains over mountain areas because it's more suitable to build a settlement. Deserts. Deserts are areas of little or no rain and vegetation. In Pakistan, the deserts are hot, sandy, and little food can be grown there. So here you can see that how mountains and deserts are the extreme places to build settlements. Mountains and deserts are both unsuitable landscape for building the settlement. People cannot prefer to live in mountains, and people cannot build settlement in deserts as well. Because with a little or no rain or very little vegetation, how can people build a settlement and how can people survive? So, plains in which are the most suitable place to build the settlement. So guys, here I have a map of landforms of Pakistan. Here you can see the key. Key basically facilitates us to know that how many features are there in the map and how it is presented in the map. Like you can see, the whole green area in the map shows the plain. The yellow area in the map shows deserts, and this arrow basically shows that you can see on the whole map, it shows the mountains. These curvy lines shows river. The straight red line shows, which is on the border of the map, shows the international boundary, and the scattered line that is on the whole map shows provincial boundary, and this oval like shape which is in blue shows lake that you can see here and here. Okay, I have another map. It shows the settlement areas of Pakistan. Here we have also a key. Let's see this. So the yellow area in the map that you can see, this is the yellow area, this is the yellow spot, and this is also the yellow spot. So the yellow spots on the whole map shows that there are 1,000 people living per square kilometer. The green patches of the map shows that there are 250 people living per square kilometer. The white area on the map shows that there are fewer than 250 people living per square kilometer. And the dot, black dot shows the city, which you can see on the map, like Mardan, Peshawar, Islamabad, Sialkot, Gujranwala, Lahore, Faisalabad, Multan. So these are the cities which are shown by the dot, black dot. Now let's try to solve these questions. First question is, look at the places with fewer than 250 people per square kilometer. What do you notice? So fewer than 250 people, keep it in mind. So which area shows fewer than 250 people per square kilometer? All the white patches, all the white area on the map shows that there are fewer than 250 people living per square kilometer in those particular areas. Now look at the second question, which is, look at the places with 250 and 1,000 people per square kilometer. We have already seen and we have already studied that the yellow patches of the map shows that there are 1,000 people living per square kilometer, so you can easily locate those places. Alright, so all the yellow patches like Mardan, Peshawar, Sialkot, Gujranwala, Faisalabad, Lahore, Multan, Hyderabad and then Karachi, these all are the areas where 1,000 people are living per square kilometer. Okay, when it comes to 250, then you can see that all the green patches, as you can see here, all the green patches and all the areas on green patches shows that there are 250 people living per square kilometer. Alright, so that's how you can locate settlement on the map. Okay, here you will going to study about the fishing settlement in the case of Pakistan and Africa, Gambia, in which you will easily identify the key differences of Pakistani fishing settlement and African fishing settlement. Alright, let's move on. So here I have a fishing settlement in Pakistan. So there is a small village in Pakistan. It's not far from Karachi and its name is Abdul Rahman Gaut. It is close to the shore. Here houses are made up of wood and mud. This village has a fuel station, an ice house, a school and a mosque. Here mostly people acquired the profession of fishing. So the fishermen drag boats early morning to catch fish. They use gill nets. Gill nets are large nets to catch the fish. And sometimes they use casting nets. Casting nets are small nets to catch fish. Mainly they catch red snapper, mackerel, barramundi, pomfret, swordfish and mullet. And they keep some fish to eat for themselves and the rest of the fish they keep for selling. Now here I have a fishing settlement of Africa and Gambia. Actually Gambia is a city of Africa, and here Tangi is a small village which is in Gambia. You can locate easily on the map of Africa. This is the map of Africa. Here you can see Gambia, a small city of Africa, and Tangi is a small village of Gambia. Okay, its population density is 3,000. Here 3,000 people are living. This small village has a mosque, primary school, a fuel station, shops, a museum and a market. And it is also close to the sea, like the village in Pakistan. The houses here are made up of mud brick with thatched roofs. It means roofs are made up of straw-like material. But now new houses are made up of cement blocks with corrugated iron roofs. Here fishermen use drift nets to catch fish, which is different from the casting nets and gill nets. Here mainly people used to catch bonga. It is the special fish of Tangi. Besides, They use nets to catch barracuda, catfish, and jack. Here, people like to eat dried and smoked fish. Okay, students, now we are looking into the reasons that why people are moving towards the city in a very large amount. क्या रीज़न है कि लोग विलेजेस और टाउन्स से सिटी में आके शिफ्ट हो जाते हैं, वो रीज़न्स हम लोग अभी देखेंगे. As you know that most of the people in Pakistan live on farms and in villages and towns rather than in cities. But now this is changing. The phenomena is changing. More people are starting to live the countryside like in villages and towns and move to the city for so many reasons. Like people usually move to the city to find a appropriate job, to get the education and to have a better lifestyle than they have in villages or in towns. तो people क्यों लोग सिटी में ट्रांसफ़र होते हैं या शिफ्ट हो जाते हैं, ताकि एक तो ये कि उनको एक अच्छी जॉब मिल सके, as they have to earn the bread for their families, to feed the families in a better way. Second reason education है. Obviously villages और towns facilitate नहीं करते लोगों को, वहाँ पे बहुत higher education institutions नहीं है. So just to get higher education, people move towards the city. And the third most important reason is lifestyle. Lifestyle change करने के लिए और for the betterment of the life, people usually moves towards the city. ठीक है, healthy lifestyle obtained करने के लिए, एक अच्छा lifestyle गुजारने के लिए लोग cities की तरफ move करते हैं. Now in this slide we are going to discuss some problems that people facing in the cities. As I have mentioned 4 pictures in which you can see that first problem is pollution, and pollution is the very common and the very major problem in the city. क्योंकि ओवर पॉपुलेशन है सिटी में, क्राउड बहुत ज़्यादा है, इसी तरह टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज़ बहुत ज़्यादा है. जब ये तमाम चीज़ें आपस में एसोसिएट होती हैं तो पोल्यूशन क्रिएट करती हैं, जिसकी वजह से पीपल लाइफ इज़ एट रिस्क इन सिटीज़. पीपल आर फेसिंग सो मैनी प्रॉब्लम्स रिगार्डिंग देयर लाइव्स, रिगार्डिंग द हेल्थ. Second problem that I have mentioned in this slide is housing problem. Why housing problem? Because sometimes overcrowding की वजह से या किसी भी और मसले की वजह से लोगों को appropriate जगह नहीं मिलती रहने की, so वो slums बना लेते हैं और वो बहुत सारी और ऐसी लो लाइंग लोकेलिटीज़ बना लेते हैं जहाँ पे उनके लिए रहना, उनके हेल्थ का भी रिस्क है और जो जगह अप्रोप्रिएट भी नहीं होती है. थर्ड प्रॉब्लम इज़ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. ऑलराइट, however, not everyone who moves to the city can get a job. Some people leave their farms and villages hoping for a better life, but end up living in much poorer conditions. अब लोग, हमने पहले भी पढ़ा कि लोग सिटी में क्यों मूव करते हैं. फर्स्ट रीज़न हमने ये पढ़ी कि वो बेटर जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करने के लिए, बेटर जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करने के लिए वो सिटीज़ में मूव करते हैं. लेकिन जब वो सिटीज़ में मूव करते हैं तो सिटीज़ में पहले ही जॉब पूल इतना फुल है कि उनको अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट फेस करना पड़ता है. तो ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है. इसी तरह क्राउडिंग, ओवर पॉपुलेशन इज़ अ मेजर फिनोमिना ऑफ सिटीज़. ऑलराइट, okay students, this map has already discussed in the video. So what you have to do is you just open the page number, wait, I'm going to tell you the page number. On page number 28 you will find this map. So what you have to do is you just answer these questions on the on the books, not notebooks, on the books with pencil. All right, thank you for listening.